When I told my parents I'd won the lottery, I didn't expect hugs or cake. But I also didn't expect my mother to break into my apartment and burn my $3.2 million check in the sink, just because I refused to give my sister half. I stood there watching smoke curl in the air, stunned by the hatred from the people who were supposed to love me unconditionally. But they had no idea, the check they destroyed? Completely worthless. The real money. Already mine. What happened next changed everything, for good. Right pointing finger emoji. If you like emotional revenge stories, hit subscribe to Reddit Murmurs. More jaw-dropping tales ahead. Hi, I'm Elena Grant, I'm 30, and I live in Madison, Wisconsin. I wasn't born lucky. I didn't grow up in a warm, supportive home. My parents weren't the nurturing type. They had 2 daughters, me and my younger sister, Haley. But from the very beginning, it was obvious who their favorite was. Haley was the golden child. She was cute, bubbly, always knew how to smile at the right time. She was the kind of person who could crash her car and somehow you'd end up apologizing for getting upset. Meanwhile, I was the serious one. The planner. The fixer. The one who should understand whenever something unfair happened. I wasn't bitter. At least, not at first. I tried to make the most of what I had. Worked through high school, got into college on a scholarship, took 2 part-time jobs to keep the bills paid. My parents never helped financially. They always said, "We're struggling, too," but somehow always found money to buy Haley a new phone, or pay for her vacations, or bail her out when she dropped out of cosmetology school for the 3rd time. By the time I was 29, I had finally carved out a life for myself. I was renting a small apartment, working as an administrative assistant, and saving a little every month. It wasn't glamorous, but it was mine. I was finally learning to breathe without looking over my shoulder. Then one rainy Thursday night, everything changed. I was standing in line at the gas station, just grabbing a bottle of ginger ale and a frozen pizza, when I noticed a sign next to the register. Mega Millions jackpot, $3.2 million. On a whim, I bought a ticket. I didn't think twice about it. I'd never played before. It was one of those tiny acts of rebellion you do when you're bored with life, like buying red lipstick you'll never wear. I forgot about the ticket until 3 days later, when I was cleaning out my purse. I scanned the numbers. Once. Twice. Then 10 more times. I'd won. I'd actually won $3.2 million. At first, I didn't scream. I didn't jump. I sat in stunned silence, the kind of silence that makes your whole life flash in front of you. It was too surreal. I did everything by the book. Met with the lottery office. Set up a private bank account. Got a financial advisor. Declined press coverage. Took the lump sum. Transferred the funds electronically into a safe investment plan. I didn't tell anyone. Not even my best friend. I knew the moment I said anything, my life would stop being mine. A week later, after everything had cleared, I decided it was time to tell my parents. Not because I wanted to, but because I didn't want them finding out through someone else and showing up at my door unannounced. I told them over coffee. Their reaction? Not joy. Not pride. Demand. "Half of that belongs to Haley," my mom said, like she was reading from a script. "Excuse me?" I blinked, thinking I misheard. "She's been struggling," my mom continued. "She's your sister. Don't be selfish." My dad said nothing. He just stared at the table. Like always. Haley wasn't even there, because of course, she was too busy. Probably recovering from her latest spiritual retreat in Sedona. I laughed, nervously. I worked for years to get to a stable place. This was dumb luck, but it doesn't mean I'm obligated to. "You're not thinking straight," my mom snapped. "You were raised better than this." Actually, I wasn't raised at all. I survived a childhood. That's what I wanted to say. But I didn't. I just stood up, said I had nothing more to discuss, and left. That night, I changed the locks. 3 days later, I came home from work to find my apartment door slightly open. My heart dropped. I slowly stepped inside, and saw it. Smoke. In my kitchen. A blackened sink. Ashes. The ceremonial lottery check, the one they gave me at the lottery office just for fun, was gone. I knew immediately what had happened. My parents had broken in using the old spare key. They'd found the giant check and set it on fire, convinced they were teaching me a lesson. An envelope sat on the counter, in my mom's handwriting. Greater than if you're going to hoard money while your family suffers, you don't deserve it. Maybe this will humble you. I stared at it for what felt like hours. I felt anger, grief, betrayal. Then I laughed. A real, full-bodied laugh. Because the check they'd burned? It was fake. A photo prop. No bank information. No account numbers. Not even my real signature. Just a giant novelty check for media photos. The real $3.2 million was already secure, split into multiple investment accounts, under an alias trust name. They thought they'd taken everything. They took nothing. I reported the break-in. The police questioned them. My mom was furious. "How dare you call the cops on your own mother?" she screamed over the phone. "You stopped being a mother the moment you set fire to my future," I replied calmly. "Now we're just strangers who used to share a last name." After that, I cut them off. I blocked their numbers. Moved to a new apartment. Started therapy. I've since bought my first home, a cozy little craftsman-style place outside the city. Paid in full, in my name only. I started a small business helping women with financial. Haley? I heard through mutual friends that she's still jumping from boyfriend to boyfriend, job to job. She apparently tells people I'm evil and stole from the family. Let her. I'm done living for people who only show up when they want something. This entire ordeal taught me something powerful. Sometimes the best revenge is building a peaceful, quiet life far away from those who tried to burn it down. And in a twisted way, I'm grateful. Because if my mother hadn't burned that fake check, I might have felt guilty. I might have cracked and given in. But watching her destroy what she thought was my future just to punish me? That lit a fire in me no one can put out. I didn't become rich that day. I became free. Thanks for watching. If you liked this story, don't forget to subscribe to Reddit Murmurs for more unbelievable real-life tales of betrayal, karma, and revenge.